Hey, my name is Siddharth Bhagat. I'm a student of biology I'm a student in course BioL 2260. That's the biology of fungi and lichens. And I made a presentation on the article of prospects for the use of new Basidiomycete strains for the direct conversion of lignocellulose into ethanol. So to put it abstractly in this experiment, we isolate 66 Basidiomycete fungi and they are screened for their ability to synthesize cellulase. We put them on we put them in the temperature range of 26 to 32 degrees, which is the perspective need for the producers of ethanol. We studied the conversion of sodium carboxymethyl cellulose. That's the NaCMC. It's going to come up a lot of times in the video too. The microcrystalline cellulose and rye straws for these particular Basidiomycete strains. Formiptosis pinicola, Piptoporus betulinus, Formis fomentarius, Tramites hirsuta, and Flammulina volutipes. So what is lignocellulose? It's a complex of lignin and cellulose, which is found in the woody parts of the plants. It is a plant biomass that consists of lignin, cellulose, and hemicellulose. Today, we are in dire need of productive strains in biotechnology industry. Amongst the current technologies that we have, we use two types that are used for the ethanol productions from lignocellulose. These two approaches are the SSF, that's the simultaneous saccharification and fermentation. These combines the enzymatic hydrolysis with the fermentation to yield products. And the second one is consolidated bioprocessing. So enzyme production, substrate hydrolysis, and fermentation, they are all achieved in a single process step. The advantage we have of using these two is that they prevent enzyme inhibition. Now, why are we using Basidiomycetes fungi? As studied in the course, Basidiomycetes have the ability to accommodate themselves to detrimental conditions around them and act as natural lignocellulose destroyers. We use these fungi as they can destroy lignin and they can utilize the sugars, which we need in production of ethanol. Now, on to the experiment. So we start with strain and culture conditions. Basidiomycetes fungi strains are cultivated on a petri dish and on a medium which includes agar, soya peptone, liquid malt. Now, the mycelium fragments are then transferred to petri dishes with carboxymethyl cellulose agar, which has NaNO3, sodium nitrate, K2HPO4, and MgSO4.7H2O, magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, soya peptone, agar, and the NaCMC, the carboxymethyl cellulose sodium salt, as the carbon source for this. These Petri plates are then incubated for 26 degrees Celsius and they are flooded with commercial gram iodine. Now, the conversion of lignocellulose to ethanol. These agar blocks, which have been colonized by the myceliums, they are used as inoculum. They were cultivated in a rotary shaker at 2,250 rotations per minute until the culture gets clarified. So it gets separated. And the biomass is then transferred to lignocellulose substrates, and then this is incubated as well. The lignocellulose substrates that we use as the sodium carboxymethyl cellulose, the microcrystalline cellulose avicel, and the chopped rice straw in their concentration as listed over here. Now, we screen for cellulase activity. In order to see if it's producing effective levels or not, we see the high level of fermentation activity done by it. The growing fungi, which produces enzymes, which hydrolyzes the NaCMC, is shown by the zone. As you can see in the image, the Tramites versicolor only shows a little bit of hydrolysis, whereas compared to Formis volutipes, it shows a significant range of hydrolysis. So the results we get is only a few strains show a high conversion substrate. Flammulina volutipes was the highest with the ethanol production of 1.3, and the conversion of rye straw to ethanol was most efficient done by Formis fomentarius, which is 1.1. There's also a conclusion that we see that Formis fomentarius directly transformed rye straws to ethanol without any intermediate stages. Now, what is the use of lignocellulose? Lignocellulose is mainly used in paper production, pulp production, alcohol proteins for food, and etc. One of the key use that we see and we need in today's world is the production of biofuel due to its availability and low production costs. To define biofuel, To define biofuels, it's greatly used today as electricity or transportation fuel or for any heating purposes. It works to reduce the ecological footprint by an eightfold margin compared to the fossil fuels that we use. That is the gas we use to power up our cars, trucks, and everything. It's becoming increasingly efficient in removing the oil dependency that we have from Middle Eastern countries, and it plays a key role in reducing greenhouse gases. The less we use fossil fuels, the less greenhouse gases we produce. One of the type of biofuels is biogas. Now, I come from a country which has a lot of rural areas, and the technology is not so advanced to put them on the map. Well, what I've seen over there is the production of gobar gas plants, which is the usage of cow dung and manure to make electricity from methane productions. This is so much widespread in India. Like a lot of homes in villages use this particular to power up their homes, to power up their machines, and at least usher themselves into an age that they can walk with us. So one of the key uses is the gobar gas plants, which is really impactful. In fact, itself, Canada consumes at least 480 million liters of renewable diesel. Now, the advantages of using lignocellulose for ethanol fuel production. Lignocellulose is better than process for fuel production as it does not compete with any food production as sugar feedstocks do. It has low mass, it has low energy density. Also, the distribution and production, it is like available in remote areas of the world, like from any third world country to any poor nation. It's available much more. Now, ethanol uses. I don't think I need to like specify ethanol uses as it's available in like everything we see around us. Like even if we look at the wall in front of us, the paint, it consists of ethanol. To like the cosmetics we apply, to the plastic bags we use to carry home stuff from like Walmart or any place else, using your mouthwash, using aftershaves, perfumes, in fact, drugs, medicines that we use to prolong life are one of ethanol uses, and alcohols, also like to fuel our cars, to almost like everything uses ethanol, which is why like the production of ethanol is a key cause that we need to focus on. So that's the end of my presentation. That's the reference page. And if you have any questions, just let me know.